Good evening, everybody. We're gonna get started. There's a few of the members that are here yet, but we're gonna start anyway.
Can I just say, should we do a quick round of introductions since we have some guests that
we can.
online? That might not be a horrible thing to
We
do.
can.
So you know who's talking over here?
I'm Ann Merrill. I'm the chairperson of the Unhoused Community Committee.
Dan Barlow, People's Health and Wellness Clinic and Vice Chair of the committee.
And I am Kathy Partlow, and I am just a member of this committee. And I work here at Down Street, and I run the Speranza Inn, which is a service integrated hotel working with the state's homelessness vouchers program.
First thing we want to do is
let's folks introduce themselves.
I'm Bob Ozer. I'm from Brattleboro, and I'm just an observer.
Welcome.
My name is Diane. I am also just an observer, and I live and work in Barre.
Welcome. I'm watching the screen here, so I will try to, if you have, when we get to the point of input and all of that and discussion, if you have something to say, just try to raise your hand or raise your proverbial hand here on Zoom. However you can do that, I will definitely try. And if I ignore you, it's not intentional. Just try to pipe up when we get to that point, because I may not see it.
Yeah, I wanted to add, and it could be at the end, maybe, kind of, if we don't have other business, but maybe 6.5, we can make it. And I have a draft letter that I would like the committee to approve and all of us to sign, asking the city council to make Tess Taylor's position permanent. And there's someone at I'll be right back. I'll go let this person in.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. How are you? Yeah, so I put a draft letter, I sent it to the committee, asking the city council to make Tess Taylor's position permanent. Either seeking additional grant funding or other resources to support that position, and if not, adding it to the city budget and paying for it with taxes. So.
all right, so the next one is public comment. If anybody has anything they want to say.
Did we approve minutes? But that's later on.
Did we approve last week's minutes? No, but we have more people now. We can.
We
Oh,
can.
yeah.
No,
because minutes is
because it's a
number 4,
3 of us. All right, so we need to approve last month's minutes.
It's 2 months ago, right?
Well, we have.
Did we not
Yeah,
meet
we
last
have
month?
last-
Oh, no, you have last
10
month.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
10 minutes, yeah.
I wasn't here, so I have to abstain, but that is kind of a
Oh,
vote,
that's right. Yeah.
right? I can,
Yeah.
it counts, right?
Yes,
All right.
I'll make the formal motion to approve the minutes from the November meeting.
And I'll second that. All right, and so now.
Wait.
We still the vote.
Any discussion on them?
And
No,
changes.
I don't think
I
there's
didn't.
any changes at all, because it was like
It was like a
like
10-minute meeting.
so short. I'm gonna go get the door, somebody.
Oh,
Thank you.
great. Oh,
All right, so we can, yeah. Cause
So-
it was only like 15 minutes and it was very short.
So are you and Dan voting to approve?
Yeah,
Yes.
I will abstain.
Okay. Well, we'll get Osa. If you're abstaining, I think we need an extra vote.
Do we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a 2-0-1, right?
I can't vote.
Nope.
Yeah, but
But
Kathy just
te-
abstained.
I had to
Osa.
abstain.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Osa
here.
on the committee?
Osa was
Yes.
on the committee,
Okay,
yes.
good.
And Osa was here for that.
Osa was here for that.
Yeah.
Osa, do you approve of last month's minutes?
Yes.
Excellent, okay, they passed.
so, do you three want to introduce yourself to
Our guests.
our guest?
I just thought.
Oh,
you-
oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you have a mouse in your pocket?
Hello, I'm Osa Bush. I am on this committee. I also work with Good Samaritan Haven as a street outreach worker and their health and safety person. And I live in Barre City also.
Oh, wow, that is a red sweater, isn't it? I'm Tess Taylor and I am not on this committee. I am the homelessness and housing liaison for the city of Barre.
And I am, it's not picking me up, but you can hear my voice. I'm Sonia Spalding and I'm a city councilor and I'm the liaison to the committee for the city council.
And I think we need probably Brooke to introduce too. I
Yeah.
think Brooke wasn't there earlier.
Good evening, Brooke Pouliot, Community Outreach Specialist for Barre City Police Department. Thank you.
All right, so next would be public comment. If anybody in the public has anything to say. Nothing. All right, we'll move on from there. And we already approved it before. we
Yeah,
posted.
yeah, we're good there.
All right, so our agenda items today is food issues.
Did someone ask for that on the agenda?
We did,
Okay,
that was
yeah.
like a couple months back, I think.
Okay.
Like trying to figure out, like, I think it was like food shelves and all that stuff, right? Am
I don't remember at this point.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
how that, I do think maybe the warming shelter conversation, if we do want to skip the B, is more.
I think that would be a good one too, because of all the issues that we,
Yeah.
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 So let's talk about the warming shelters and overnight shelters.
Yeah. Osa, do you want to start? Do you have an update from Good Sam's perspective or? Okay.
We had a decent amount of folks, I think, accessing the warming shelters, both in Barre City and Montpelier. There was some discussion from folks hoping that there was going to become more access to the Barre City shelter. It seems like folks are wanting that one to be open and have more access than the Montpelier one currently, but there's also a lot of folks in Montpelier that I haven't had direct conversations with for a little while. A lot of people are using them, even the folks that have pretty consistently stayed outside during cold weather times are
Yeah.
going inside to have access.
Is that just because the extreme temperatures early in the season?
I think, and there's some folks that have gotten to the point where they're like ready to accept that they're ready to go inside.
Yeah.
It's just a huge moment.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when they've been consistently the ones that I've used as an example that not everyone wants to go inside. So yeah, they're definitely even on Sundays when there's no buses running, people have been walking to the shelters and getting random rides from others as well.
Do we have a list of where all of those are right now?
The warming shelters. Don't know. I think there's probably a list. I've seen a list around, but I don't know who put it out.
If you run into that, will you forward it to us, please?
I think that the Montpelier shelter opens when it's 10 degrees or lower.
Yes.
They have a cool website that gives you up to date by the day whether or not they're open. It even said on that website a couple days ago when it was cold, they were looking for volunteers, and then that changed to yes, we're open tonight.
Wow.
So that's a pretty nifty idea.
Yeah, I know before the meeting started, we were talking a little bit about it. Didn't they form their own like C3 or something like that recently? Like, and we're wondering if that to access maybe some grants and, I'd be kind of interested in hearing more about what benefits that could bring them. I don't know if that's something Barry should consider or not, or, so. Yeah.
And those are the overnight shelters.
So so
Yeah.
like emergency overflow overnight shelters.
Yeah.
I think Barre City is
So Barre Cities is, well, first of all, it's, run jointly by the, Barre Congregational Church and the Church of the Good Shepherd. So those are the two.
Right, so it is not a city endeavor.
It is
It's
not a
just
city.
in Barre City, just because
Correct.
we're in a city committee, just to be
Correct.
clear.
Yeah, it is not. Yeah. And so there, because it's all volunteer and you know, as such in the church, they're doing it when the temperatures get down to around 0. And if there's really frigid wind chill, they'll be doing it. So the decision to open comes from those two entities, from Pastor James and Pastor Earl. And when they decide to open it, we put the word out to everybody on our lists, so you all, and then also on the regroup, the city regroup, the city's web, or just the Facebook page. I don't know if it's on there. Page. But and you know, of course, we announce it, and because there's a day shelter in the Church of Good Shepherd.
I feel like this round was like the first time I really saw it out there, like the announcements and stuff like that. Like I think it really, I saw it on social media and email, people were sharing it, like, you know, and I hadn't really seen that happen before, like in such a, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I think this time around this year, it's been getting out a lot more, and it's even like coming back to me from those folks living outside that I didn't even know I had contact with. And other community partners, and I also share it to folks that have both expressed interest or have asked for that consistent update, whether shelters or not.
I imagine, do they need volunteers? I imagine that's a constant need.
Constant need, so the needs are for volunteers.
It's one of our next agenda items.
For
Easy transition.
For
Food.
And of course, funding as well. You know, people want to make a contribution, it'll go directly to that work.
Okay, yes. So they'd be giving to like one of the churches probably, right?
Contribution will go to Church of the Good Shepherd.
Okay,
because we're
yeah.
keeping
Yeah.
their track there. I say we, because I'm the treasurer. of the
If
Church
somebody
of the
wants
Good Shepherd.
if somebody wants to volunteer, who do they contact?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, oh, sorry.
That's okay if you're finishing
I
up.
was just wondering, like, is it the overnight, like, you know, like what is it, I don't know, midnight to 6 is like the shift that they need the people for the most, or like kind of what's the?
Yeah, so there's three shifts, and so it's 7 to 7, so the first shift is 7 to 11, and then 11 to 3, and then 3 to 7. I'd say that the 7 to 11 has the most action, because this is when people are coming in, people are settling in, some people want to take showers.
Yeah.
And have dinner.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the most lively, and then lights out 9:30, or lights dim 9:30, lights out at 10. So then the 11 to 3 shift is generally not very active, and the 3 to 7 shift is only active when they start asking people to get up and get ready. And then people are invited and encouraged to go over to the Church of the Good Shepherd at 7, because from 7 to 10, from Monday through Friday, there's a warming center. If it happens to fall on a Saturday, people would go to, they could probably stay at the church, because they open up for breakfast. It's a little awkward, because the breakfast space is the same space, so there would have to be some kind of coordination, but I don't think anybody's, there's been no dry run for that. And then Sunday, I don't know, churches are open, so you know.
I just wanted to add that I understand that Capstone and others who are helping with it are still looking at the possibility of doing what would have traditionally been Good Sam's overflow shelter. And that if it does come to fruition and they're down the road. So it's likely it's still another month away. It's just the setting it up, getting it going. It's still another month away. It's likely to be located in Montpelier. Yep. And that will add another, I think it's 15 beds.
Mhm.
Don't completely quote me on that. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's 15. But that will be in addition later on in the winter, but at least it will be something then. And it's so desperately needed,
I
so
wonder
it's
if
good.
that's in addition to the Montpelier
is.
overflow that they're already doing.
It's in addition to the extreme,
Extreme weather.
weather overflow. Yep, it's in
Cool.
addition to that. That's my understanding.
Overflow is open every night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this would be, the intent is once they get it up and running is that it would be open every night. And that would sort of, at least temporarily, take the place of what, Good Sam has. And if it works out well, then, maybe that could continue year over year. I don't,
There's plenty of folks that, throughout the warmer months would rather be in a shelter inside than camping outside. It's terrible.
Right.
Outside.
yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I was just wondering that too, because I heard about it.
The overflow, emergency overflow shelter in Montpelier that's current right now, is open 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. just to offset.
Mhm.
Is there anything anywhere else? Williamstown, Springfield, I
Heard brief mention that there is one other, or like at least one other that's been somewhat consistent, but I don't remember what town it was in. It was not super helpful. In one of my tight circles, there was a partner up in Bradford that was like wanting to see his partner who was going to be graduating from one of the programs up there, and they were asking for notice if there was shelter up in that area. He ended up sleeping in a snowbank on one of the colder nights in a good sleeping bag and making it and congratulating his partner. But it just, there needs to be more overflow shelters in the state, but it's such a hard thing to get up there as well.
Let's talk about, let's let you update us on that. What's up? Goods drive. What is needed?
Your goods drive that you had for all the.
Oh, good. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a gift drive that's going right now. And a boot drive, both on online platforms. Probably easily enough. You could either put it in the chat on there or something. We've gotten a good amount of donations for both of them. It's sort of like a drive that you can add to, so I can go in and edit and like add more of something.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
it has like, the progress bar of like, this is when it'll end, but I don't know if we'll ever cause it to end because there's so many things that we consistently need. So far though, 93 items have been purchased, which is 39% of the current goal. We've raised just over $4,000 with 33 donations.
Wow.
And it has things like sleeping bags and sleeping mats, tarps, tents. For things that folks that if they're wanting to give and they're seeing this video or live, either way, we really need socks, gloves.
You do.
This year has been
Darn Tough doesn't donate.
I've had like 2 or 3 folks donate like handfuls of socks. I've had a few like joint groups of people that have donated like, handfuls of socks there too, but we haven't had any big donors this year of socks. And so like even specifically, not, like your everyday wear socks, but like big chunky wool or mixed socks. It's winter.
I have a question, because I know that they do a lot. National Life, is anybody connected with them? To let them know
Yeah, they have a grant process.
Yeah.
And only because I've dealt with it many times in different ways, but they have a grant process and it's usually like first part of the year, you get it in by March, maybe it's April, but you know, like you get it in that first quarter-ish. And then they make their sort of donations that way. And other than that, for really big things that happen, you can kind of go to them and see if they have any wiggle room or any funding left, but but spur of the moment, which I know this isn't technically spur of the moment, but it makes it's a little harder to get that. And they also did a goods drive for us once at the family center, which was lovely. It was great because their staff got involved and it was a really nice thing. And staff were donating things like donating gift cards and donating things like that. But they, because of how they set up their giving, they weren't allowed to do that anymore. So I think it's just tricky for them. Sorry, that was probably too much detail, but I think it's tricky for them with how they do their giving to be more spur of the moment unless you hit the exact, like kind of the right timing.
Yeah. It's changed a lot, I think, in like the 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Blue Cross Blue Shield did a big drive. And they did a lot of clothing, a lot of socks and hats and gloves, and brought them down to Good Shepherd and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like it that this year that there's a lot of different agencies that are also collecting supplies and handing out,
Yeah.
because it doesn't sit all on outreach at that point, which is helpful.
And is there like an idea of where people can go besides?
Yeah, I mean, folks are accessing.
Good to know.
Well, Heading Heading Church seems to have a really a large inventory of clothing, enough ministries. Amy's Armoire, very generous and with their policy and their.
Yeah, I feel like we send someone to Amy's like once or twice a week. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, this is like a little out of the box thinking, but it's because we're currently working with someone who I will not say, but who has come forward about sort of Speranza specifically and how might they help on a smaller scale than having a grant because they don't have that kind of funding. And one of the things we're kicking around, and I think might work in this case a little bit, is I don't know if I won't say the politician's name, but there was a time about 10 years ago where a particular person was running for governor and he really got into these house parties. Like their whole campaign was around these smaller, like gatherings of, hey, I'm interested in doing this and I could do it on a small scale. I could invite like 10 or 12 people over and we could really talk about the issues and we could do whatever. And so that's kind of what we're kicking around a little bit about, if there's somebody who's interested in who gets their family together on New Year's or something and thinks, I'm going to have them all donate socks for this purpose. And so everybody just brings a pair of socks. And if they want to bring 3, they do, but they bring 1 and it's okay. And it helps out. And so I think something like that could be something that people individually could get behind and also create a little community around the work. Just a thought, maybe.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then the next one was community outreach. So
Was this a holdover from,
I think it
Mhm.
was,
yeah, so,
yeah.
I don't know.
Good Sam just had a couple of events that were really, I didn't attend, so I've been told they were really good and really well received. I don't know, did anybody go to either one of them?
Listening sessions, right?
The listening
I know
sessions.
my wife
Yeah,
went to one of those,
This
so.
is like, that's not me. But they were really like just topical around homelessness in the area and some numbers were given and some community conversation was had at them and they were really well received. And I do think that things like that could happen periodically in terms of just getting the word out about what's going on. Because we hold these meetings and we have 2 guests today. Thank you very much. But oftentimes it's us talking, which is good. And we do things, but we're not necessarily getting that community, either education or involvement with all of it. So maybe this committee could spearhead something in the Barre area that that does that on a slightly larger scale than with Good Sam as well, but like then the Good Sam, more Good Sam focused thing.
So I have a thought. So as you know, I do the, coordinate with Chris Rebound at the library and Brooke. We coordinate the lunches that we have every other month, and we've started showing those webinars, those
Yeah.
webinars, and with different topics, and people can choose to go. Well, there was the last one sparked a lot of interest. I had a little technical difficulty, so we didn't get to watch the whole thing at that time. And other people were saying, "I wish I could have gone today." And it was the one called Jerks and Houses.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah.
And it was called Jerks and Houses.
Okay.
So basically it's about when people are housed and some of the preconceived notions they may have about people who are not. And how do you talk to them, and how do you approach, and it was really good. And a lot of people asked if we could see it. So I'm wondering, does I could talk to someone at Good Sam to host it, and really, use all of our ways that we have.
Are we still able to, at times, like book to use the library for that purpose at, say, 5 o'clock at night when the library is closed, but we can use that room downstairs to
They're
show
not
things?
closed at 5, they're closed at 6.
Okay.
So usually if we can get in the doors before 5.
We're
or
okay
6,
to,
we're okay. Yeah. And if it was a lot of people, that room might not even be big enough if
Yeah.
we actually had a good turnout. So
Because I know Good Sam showed, where was it? It was that Manuel Estevez movie.
that was fantastic.
That's great.
college, it was wonderful.
Yeah, that was a great.
It was a good
stage.
night.
Yeah.
Great movie, good night.
Yeah.
Also, if we do it on a night when it's not booked, this room could be available. I think it's a
Yeah.
really good, we've got access from the outside here. We don't go through the main offices, but we've got a good screen and we could definitely do something here
Yeah.
on an evening if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this a film that's like free to show, Tess, or is it?
Well, 3 of us have access.
Okay,
The
yeah.
library does.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Good Sam does, and we
Got
do.
it, got it, got it, okay.
I don't have
Yeah,
access,
we would-
no.
Okay,
I
okay.
probably could since I'm on the board at Good Sam. I'm sure they'd let me have access if I really needed it,
Yeah,
but.
and it's a whole series.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
the only
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Another one was homelessness is a housing problem, which was very good. Others are just talking about de-escalation. So people can, if they're volunteering. And also one that I found really good, and it was very clinical, and it was just understanding all the different substances and what they do to your body, and why you might see activity this way that you don't understand. But
Yeah.
and it was really good for volunteers that I know who've been volunteering at Good Samaritan and other places, like kind of going, oh, that's why that person,
Yes.
looks that way. And so it was kind of nice that it was after they'd had some experience, so that they could relate to it. And
Yeah. Will you send me the link to those? Not the login or anything, just send me the link to them because I don't know that I have it. No, I'm just saying the link. I'll go look it up myself, but just so I get to the site and then I can navigate the site. You can't?
I'll talk.
Okay.
mention.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Okay, and so then the add-on for tonight was.
Yes, so I don't know if everyone's seen it, but this afternoon I did send around a draft letter expressing support to the city council and the city administration for Tessa's position. And I think, basically saying that this is an essential position. Tess has done great work in this community. And that, we would request that they would add this to the budget, going forward. Obviously seek grant funding if available, but if not, fund this through the city budget. So, and, you know, Tess, I'm not sure if this would be, you know, helpful or wanted, you know, but obviously we clearly appreciate you and, you know, believe in your work and, don't want to see that end because, you know, a grant runs out.
Thanks, I really appreciate it, because, you know, I might have a little life left in me, and
We hope.
Yeah.
because it ends on 3/31/26, and
Wow.
yeah, and there's just so much more. I'd like to do, not just with homelessness, but with housing, that, you know, that wanted to concentrate on, and, you know, and all the planning around flood resiliency and mitigation and things, you know, like, yeah, so I
Yeah.
think it would be good for a little while longer, maybe for another year.
So I would like to, can I just do this? Because we're already
Yeah,
having a
yeah.
discussion. I'd like to move that as a committee, we agree that the chair could submit the letter on our behalf to the council as written.
I guess I'll abstain for this one, right?
No,
I wrote
why?
it.
You wrote it, but
Yeah,
you're
okay.
still on the committee.
But to Tess, it does sound like even if you got funded in the FY27 budget, there might be a gap of 3 months before that fiscal year kicks in, right? But
There might be,
Yeah,
but
okay.
there also might.
there are options. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
okay.
think Nicholas is kind of mulling over options
Okay,
to
yeah.
fill the gap.
Okay, good.
Gonna send that letter to me from the contingent.
Yeah, I sent it around this afternoon. So I
It's,
can-
you have an email with it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I can just print it.
Yeah, let me know if you don't have it. I can resend it. Yeah.
All right, so before we,
Should we vote on it?
Yeah, but I'd like to, yeah.
Yeah.
Does everyone feel comfortable going
I
on?
like where we did.
Aye.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
Let's do it.
You're at the second.
Well, it was I don't know. I'm being a little too Robert's rulesy, I guess.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. It's an
You can
archaic
never be
form.
too Robert rules.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Yes, you can, actually. I've been in some of those meetings. Yes, you can.
Just find somebody named Robert. Well, thank you all. I really
Of course.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mhm. We appreciate you.
Yes, do you happen to know if the Montpelier Unhoused Community Committee is still going on, or what's going on with that? No?
I
I
think, no, I think they are.
They reconstituted, I think, but
Okay.
I don't think it's many or
Alright.
any of the same members.
So if I got a hold of.
I think it's a
That-
housing
that was the one.
committee versus, they were
Oh,
moving to change it
Oh.
to merge two committees. That's,
Okay.
I could probably get information from Ken quickly on it, but they were moving to take two committees and make them one committee.
Yeah.
And it was housing and homelessness. And there were concerns from some folks. My understanding is there were concerns from some folks around like diluting the efforts around homelessness because they were putting too much into like one committee.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the case. I'm just saying that was what I heard the concerns were.
So my next question is then, because they haven't been here in a while, do we invite them to our next meeting?
I wouldn't mind. I actually missed, like, it's been almost a year, I
It
think.
has, yeah, that's why I'm asking.
So I remember I missed that
Um,
meeting. It was like last winter, like February or March or something.
No, it wasn't, it was,
I think it was earlier in this year.
yeah, it was like right when we first started, we
Yeah.
invited them, so
Yeah.
it's been. Yeah,
It's
So,
been
yeah,
almost a
I
year.
think it
Yeah.
would be valuable to.
Let's have a summit.
Yeah.
Be
So I'll
nice
get a
if we
hold
could
of-
get somebody from Berlin in there too.
is there one in Berlin? No?
No,
No.
no, but somebody from their
Berlin has
select
not-
board or
Has
something.
taken the game.
Mhm.
They sure do.
I'm just looking up on the city website.
All right, so I'll get a hold of Zach Hughes then, and then see what works for him, because our next one, like I said, is January 21st, so I can get a hold of him now and get that going.
I will let you all know about January 21st. It is possible that someone will need to do what we did last time. I will be out for several weeks caretaking for my spouse after a big surgery. So I may be back by then. It's the tail end of it, but I can't say for sure. So you might get something from me early on that week that says, can someone come over, get the key, and you can set up.
Yeah. So it does still list Zach Hughes as co-chair.
Okay, so
Yep.
They are also down a city.
Oh boy, there's like not a lot of people left in
Manager.
City Hall in Montpelier right now, it seems like.
Yep, I think Kelly stepped down.
Yeah, and then they just had another high department
Did.
too, so yeah,
Is it
yeah.
finance
I
person?
think so, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
does
Yeah.
anybody in the audience have anything they want to add, question? We have like 20 minutes left.
Hey, we're quick
Here
today.
we are.
It's Beth, you know, she's always looking.
We'll find it out
True.
here. If nobody does, then let's move to adjourn.
Sure, and I think, yeah, so this is a follow-up, you'll check, let me know if you don't have the letter.
Okay,
And then you can get that into the hands of
Yeah.
the city manager and the council.
Yeah.
And then I do think this idea about these like, you know, little video sessions, right? You
Yeah.
know,
I do have one more thing. I'm
Oh,
sorry before
okay.
we
I
adjourn.
saw your face change.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there is one more thing, because when I was just logging in here, I noticed that I think most, I'm guessing these are 1-year terms because it
Oh.
says that they expire in 2026. So is it a 1-year term? Is it a 2-year term? Is it the end of, like,
Both.
They're supposed to be
because you
staggered.
guys, you
They're supposed to be
three.
staggered.
Some of
so
them
that-
are 2027, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine says
Both of them and I-
2026.
yeah, so yours was staggered, so that when they're pulling people on board, it's not always at the same time.
so
Okay.
with that being said, Tess, I have a question, because we were just talking about that before we started. Knowing that some of these people are ending in 2026. Are they allowed to be re-voted back on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just, people just go in front of the city council and say, you know, I've served and I love it and I want to do it again.
And you actually don't even have to go before city council if you submit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
If you've been serving on the committee and the chair writes a letter on behalf that Dan has been an excellent part of the committee and would like to stay, and
Yep.
you submit an application, then you can stay. Kathy would like to stay, and then you just submit a letter. You don't even have to show up. We just say,
Okay.
yep, that's
Yep.
great.
I just
Let
thought
them
you
stay.
might like more.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I always love people showing up, but you know, you don't have to, or you can show up virtually online and then just
Yeah.
zoom out.
Okay, so we should double check when we were.
Yeah, like
appointed.
when is that? Like
Uh,
it just says
I-
2026.
Right,
So
it
what,
could
when
be
is
like,
that?
we might have to do this by January or something. I don't remember when we were.
No,
I
I
think
think
it-
you'll probably get a letter.
I think you'll probably get something.
There's someone who's on top of this at City Hall. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Keeps track of all the.
Okay, that was the last thing. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I just wanted to bring
So-
that
So
up.
I would make a motion to adjourn at 5:39 PM, and it sounds like we have some nice follow-up work for the next meeting, and you know, maybe we should probably talk offline a little bit about the budget process with the city, because I've actually never kind of engaged in that process right
Mhm.
now. And you know, if we want to make this push, you know, how to do that. So,
I'll second.
okay. That was my long motion.
I was waiting.
Yeah, you
All in favor?
Bye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys. Have a good month.
I hope you-
Thanks, you
Yeah.
too. Hope you
So
feel better
nice.
soon. I'm going to leave the meeting.